Good morning, everybody. Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour. We would like to welcome you this morning to our new live TV show. We will be featuring you King's Wharf. Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour. Bienvenue au programme La Nouvelle Vie. Alors aujourd'hui, nous vous présentons King's Wharf. Morning, gentlemen.
How's it going?
Good.
Am I picturesque?
What was that?
Am I picturesque?
Sure.
Calling King's Wharf on TV.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys are doing that tower there? Yeah. How's what's the plan to do? About the dedicated work you're doing here?
Oh, God. Have you caught me on a high morale day?
Okay.
No problem. Sorry.
Have you been doing the tower?
I started on.
Okay. Okay. Is it really the outside looks really good. The outside looks
Oh, yeah,
really
they look
good.
great.
Yeah. Especially the
All right.
Stand right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can you see that? Hi, it's Carlene Chason from Steve TV. Just looking for a place to stay. There's so hard with so many condos here in the city. I don't know, but today we're going to go take a look.
All right.
Have you been in here before?
No. We are inside of Just Us Cafe at King's Wharf. This is where the auditions for All About Women will be conducted tomorrow. What? Oh, yeah. I guess probably here. Yes. Very nice around here. Ooh, nice selection.
Hey there, folks.
Am I on camera?
Yes.
Okay. So join us. We're going to go and take a look at the condos. Don't know which one we're going to pick or if it's just going to be just one. Let's go take a look.
Area?
Okay, we're here in the center of downtown Dartmouth. We're going to take a look at some Kings Wharf condos, so join us. Beautiful location. Got a beautiful view of the harbor.
I work here for the property.
Yep.
Follow the realtor, Caroline Chasson, at Kings Wharf. Oh, 15 Kings Wharf Place. And the name of this beautiful building is The Anchorage. Go ahead.
But it will be online in August, and it was originally designed as a condo building. The market indicated or was sort of suggesting that there was a demand for apartment rentals.
Okay.
So it's a fully apartment building or rental building.
Okay.
Units that are in the center of the building. You've got both a cove view and a harbor view. So if you're on your balcony, you can see both. You get both. We also have an amenities room, a fitness facility, and a guest suite that will be available to all residents of the building as well. And we consciously decided not to put the fitness facility in some dark, cavernous basement place. If you look through the back, you see all the windows. The whole ground level is all floor-to-ceiling windows. That's where the fitness facility is. So you overlook that cove back there. So it's very bright and it's very inviting. So that's the Killick.
The Killick.
Restaurant Il Trullo.
Okay.
It's gotten rave reviews in the community. People all from Halifax, Dartmouth, they're really loving it. It's an authentic Italian restaurant.
Oh.
We serve a Roman-style pizza, very flat, sort of crusted pizza. Fantastic. Obviously, all made pastas. It's been, again, it's received a lot of great reviews. This area here is going to be, it'll open in July. It's going to be a courtyard, also a saltwater pool and hot tub area for the residents. Yeah. So they're working now on finishing the steps of the pool, and this will be all a level deck leading up to the pool. Also in this area here of the Killick, probably opening in August as well, will be Le Marché. It's going to be a sort of more of an upscale convenience store, so it'll have fresh fruit, baked goods, veggies, etc. So we have some commercial space here as well. Lenahan Musgrave law offices are located here. There's Trullo in this building. We'll have Le Marché and other commercial space available. We have Just Us in the Anchorage. We also have in June coming run gold designers who are currently located on Robey Street by the Honda dealership. He's
Yes.
a custom gold designer. So
Okay.
his space is currently being outfitted in the bank.
Thank you.
So this building is La Vista, and it's our newest building.
Thank you.
Other than the Killick, Killick will
Okay.
shortly. All our designs inside were with Norman Flynn Designs, so Bruce Norman and Blair Flynn, they were the ones that did our design.
Okay.
One of the things we wanted to try to do with the buildings as well is to ensure that the quality of the entranceways all the way through the parking is at its finest and highest. So when you get into the parking, for instance, you'll walk out onto a tile floor as well, as opposed to just concrete or something else. So I'm going to take you up to the 11th floor. We're going to go up to the penthouse. So this is unit 1103. It's about
Okay.
2,200 square feet. Clearly, it's got one of the premium views in the development. I would say in the city as well. I would challenge you to find a better view plane than what you'll find here in this unit. Outside, there's a total walk-around patio deck area. It extends from the guest suite all the way around to past the main living area.
And you said the internet is already activated everywhere?
Pardon?
Internet, it's active everywhere?
Yes.
Oh, good. We were thinking about doing part of the television series here to promote King's Wharf.
Right. The next piece of the development will be the iconic tower, which will, if you look out to your right, you'll see some more industrial-looking infill.
Okay.
The iconic tower will be more to the right of that, more out into the center of the harbor, and probably would extend out another 100 yards or so. And so it'll be almost, if you were to draw a line from where we are to the, I guess it would be the southern end of McNabb's Island, it would extend that way. So
Okay.
it's going to be a 34-story tower. Currently we maxed out at 12 stories, but this next one will be 34.
Okay.
The interesting thing is, other than probably the countertops, a lot of the finishes in this particular unit would be similar to the unit finishes that we have in the rest of our units. So this has a different style, it has a different size to it. As far as the finishes, this is what you would find in our other units as well. And with this particular unit, you are able to access it either from the 12th floor or from the 11th floor.
That view is amazing.
It is quite an amazing view. We've made this unit available to some charities and exclusive to some sort of other organizations for if they have a small social function that they want, or sometimes they want to do an offsite with their staff.
Yes.
Change it up. We've offered this to them to use. So sometimes the creative juices get flowing when you start to see
Yes.
those kinds of sites.
Well, if there's a fundraiser or any of the charities that are hosting an event, we could definitely come and cover. Yes.
This is the main bedroom. And at nighttime, this particular view looking over at Halifax is absolutely stunning. The whole side of that Halifax Ridge or Halifax skyline is lit, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful view from here.
Very nice.
We're also at the sort of the mid stage of doing some of our site remediation. We've been in construction mode for a number of years,
Right.
and so now we're pausing because, as I say, the next phase will be the Adcon Tower. So that's a little ways out. So we're just starting to do some of our remediation to get the rest of the site in a bit more normal, I guess you could say, state. These construction cans and sea cans will be removed once the killick has been finished. So it'll give us more, I guess, access to. It'll give the residents an opportunity to have more access to the lower lot area. And down at the marina, you can see a couple of our water taxis that we implemented last year. Quite successful, and they were well received. So the residents here, the two little boats that are covered in, the power boats, they're 6-passenger taxis. They leave from here. And they can take the residents anywhere they want to go along the Halifax waterfront. Or to McNabbs, up to Bedford, Eastern Passage. And they're available to the public as well. So if anybody from Halifax wanted to come over to Il Trullo, enjoy a meal, and go back on the taxi, that's available to them.
Okay.
Nice. Excellent. And those operate daily, right?
Yes, weather dependent. Of course, they're not large. They're not large vessels. They're not large boats. But for the most part, there could be a day or two in a month where the weather conditions are such that they won't make a crossing. But other than that, they operate daily.
Excellent. That's great. What a gorgeous view. Really nice.
Yeah, it is. I could easily wake up here and have a nice coffee up here in the upper mezzanine area. That is fully utilized. So we have 3 bedrooms right now to the studios. Actually, we do have a small studio in this building. It will be less than 900. Which, for the most part, they run from around 900 to 1,400. That would be sort of the median, and then of course there's some other larger units as well.
Very nice.
This particular piece of artwork was done by Patty Ferris, Francis's wife. She's quite an accomplished artist, and there's a number of pieces actually in the Kieltsen in the lobby. There's a couple of pieces that she's done as well. So the bright colors really, you can pull them off in here. It's such a bright unit.
Yeah, this one here is phenomenal. This one is really nice. Did she do that one as well?
No, that was by another artist, and their name escapes me at the moment. But again, given this large wall and the space in here, it really fits. Yeah, it does. It has a lot of just a really great splash of color. All the way around, yeah. So it starts here, goes all the way down to the end, and then past the main living area. And then in this particular, there's the rainfall shower.
Did you see the balcony up there, Steve? It's all the way around, eh?
Oh, yes.
So it goes the full length of the unit, which in the summertime or warmer months would be great for, again, if you're entertaining and you could kind of expand the size or the number of people that you have.
Absolutely.
Just gives you another area to access.
Waterfall. Like that. Very nicely decorated.
So I think one of the things that people don't know about us is other than condo sales, we also do fully furnished suites for sort of mid to longer term stays. So usually minimum of a month, but we find that we've been getting a lot more interest out of industry, insurance companies for claims and whatnot. But our furnished suites again would have this level of furnishings in them and this kind of style and design. So they're very well appointed, they're very well laid out, fully stocked kitchens, parking, storage, etc. And we're pet friendly here as well at King's Wharf. All of our buildings are totally pet friendly, and I think you'll see a lot of people walking their dogs in the mornings, and so there's almost a small community of dog owners here that people like that. In this particular building, the Aqua Vista, there is natural gas for the fireplaces as well as for all of the cook appliances, the cooking ranges, and that would be available as well in the usual or the regular units. That would be part of your condo fees. So there's no additional charges for natural gas for cooking or for your fireplaces, and it's all part of your condo fees.
And what are the condo fees here?
They range. They start at around $350, and they can go as high as $7, depending on the unit and the size.
Exactly.
But we've tested that against the market, and we're actually at the lower end in comparison to some of the others. So.
Oh, wow.
And
Downtown Halifax, I think.
yeah, or even some close neighbors to where we're currently standing. We've had some individuals come over, and when there was a comparison of the condo fees, they were paying much more. And it can be sometimes when you're in a newer building, your fees might start out a little less as the building ages and there's a requirement to do more.
Exactly.
Suddenly you can find those boosts in your fees.
Your reserve fund.
Right, so suddenly you tap into that, and or you need to do more maintenance to the building, and so you have to go back out to your residents to say, we need up the fees to cover these expenses.
Exactly.
So that's just the reality of a building that ages that needs some infrastructure work. So. And so there is a bit of an advantage, I guess you could say, with a new building. You typically don't run into those major issues.
Yes. Excellent. That's great.
And the other thing, I guess, I mean, as far as we're concerned, as far as the development is we have a lot of confidence in the quality and of the workmanship of our team. We have our own construction team that we have. And if you use a Killick as an example, we would hold that building up against any building as far as how it's been built, the speed to which it's been built. I think they started laying forms for that July of last year, July 15th. We'll be in that building July 15th this year, which will mean 1 year from basically starting forms to having people in that building, and that's a very, very impressive timeline to have a 12-story building up and fitted out in 1 year. So.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the same thing with our other buildings. We stand behind them. I know there's been, in some cases, some concerns about the quality of some of the buildings in the city, but we totally stand behind our buildings and the level of workmanship that's gone into them. So in that regard, I guess you could say we like to think we're an exception if there's a general standard.
But it's good to know that it's built with quality in material, and having your own construction company makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the considerations when people think about going from their own home to a condo ownership. It's like they may have built their own home, or they may have been in it a number of years and they know it. And now they're going into a building that they own their unit, but they also kind of have inherited and taken on the structure of that building. And so there needs to be some confidence, I think, that that quality is sound, and that they can have that security that major issues aren't going to happen. So
Exactly.
yeah. Do you have any other questions about us here, or?
I think I'm good.
You could ask a couple just to linger and take in the scenery a bit longer.
Sure.
Just kidding.
Sure.
It's such a beautiful location, and
Yes.
one of our initiatives are trying to bring investors here, and people, because you
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just in terms of advertising and bringing people from other places. You know,
Mhm.
look what Nova Scotia has to offer.
Absolutely.
Look at the views here. Look
Absolutely.
At the, yeah. So.
One of the things that I found when coming to this property and working here, I've traveled a fair amount and I've been to other places, but even around the city, one of the things that I find here is no matter what unit you have, you've got water views
Yes.
around you. You might not be totally unobstructed, but you've got a view of the harbor or you've got a view of the cove. Every unit in all four of our buildings has one, if not several, views of harbor and cove. So you always have that water presence around you, whether you're on your balcony, whether you're in a bedroom, whether you're in a particular part of your unit. So
Exactly.
yeah,
That's great.
yeah,
And people love that. Anybody that is, you know, like when people think of Nova Scotia, they think water.
right, exactly.
So they have something, you know.
And we find people look for different things when they come here. Some individuals want to see kind of the urban downtown area, and that evokes some sort of emotion. Some people want to have more of a harbor view, and that evokes some emotion. We also have people, and quite frankly, one of my favorites is the backside, if you want to even call it that, of the development, that is totally unobstructed view of the Dartmouth shoreline and the cove. And that in itself sort of evokes a different emotion. And for me, it's a bit more calm, it's a bit more tranquil back there. And then you have the front where it's like, something's happening over there, right? And I want to see it.
Meaning New York City or something.
Exactly, and that's why I say this is sort of like Brooklyn and that's Manhattan. And especially with the resurgence of Dartmouth, the downtown, there's a lot happening there that people are just starting to find out about. And it's really, there's an energy in that downtown that is very, I think, similar to kind of the regentrification and the resurgence of Brooklyn. So what's happening in Dartmouth is, I think, also sort of emulates what happened in Brooklyn. So it kind of fits that we're Brooklyn and that's Manhattan. So,
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
yeah.
But yeah, so one of the, like I said, that's one of our initiatives is to try to, you know, show what is
Right.
out there. You know,
Right.
like come, right?
Right.
It's just a gorgeous view and, you know, beautiful place to live. So,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And the nice thing, I guess, is a bit unique here too, is the quality, the sort of the lifestyle that we would offer here,
Yes.
but the accessibility. Again, 3 minutes, 4 minutes across the ferry, you're downtown. You know, it's a
Exactly.
3-minute walk to the ferry terminal. It's a nice trail along the waterfront. You cross and you're right into the heart of Halifax. You're down at Purdy's Wharf or historic properties. Walk along the boardwalk and access anything you want. I've oftentimes had noon meetings in Halifax, and I don't drive. I just jump on the ferry and away I go.
And just to have the convenience of having those ferries like right
Oh,
outside. right? That's-
absolutely. So whether it's our water taxi or whether it's the metro or transit ferries, I mean,
Exactly.
they're all there. Over there.
Excellent. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. We also want to see our marina and grow, and it will over the years. Currently, it's we have boat slips and we have the capacity that if you're a resident here and you had a boat and you wanted to have it with us, you could. But we want to continue to see that grow as well, because there actually, other than I think there in the Cove, there is no marina here operating on the harbor. Most of them are either up in Bedford or over on the Arm, up in the northwest Arm.
Yeah.
So
Excellent. Well, that's great.
yeah, so
Oh, very nice.
I thought you might appreciate just getting a sense of what the views are like and.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's great. That's great. Yeah, I think it, I think that we're going to see like just more of a flow in Nova Scotia. I just get that, you know what I mean? Just more developing and more people just wanting to come here. So.
I was at a Canadian Lebanese Chamber of Commerce dinner last evening, and they had said that Halifax is actually poised to be one of the top 2 growing economies in Canada over the next 3 to 4 years. So I think we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the shipbuilding, and with that, there's also a lot of ocean research is going on now. There's a lot more focus paid to the science and the research around oceans and what plants and what sort of energy sources we're getting from that. So there's a lot going on in Halifax.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much.
You are
for
very
taking the
welcome.
time to meet me.
Wayne.
Wayne,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
You are welcome.
That's great.
You're welcome.
Excellent. So, yeah.
The ability to be so close to it, to see it. But to have a bit more of a removed kind of a lifestyle from being right in the downtown core.
Exactly.
I mean, like access to the airport from here is so simple. You're going. You don't have to worry about bridge traffic. You know, you can jump into it or you can remove yourself from it as much as you want.
That's right.
But
yeah, it's a gorgeous view.
yeah, and I think that's one of the things that we're attempting to do as well, is to dispel some of the myths about. And there has been, I think, a healthy rivalry between. Maybe in the past it wasn't so healthy. It was a bit more divisive between Halifax and Dartmouth. I think now both 2 blocks away that you can access for your business, and that helps us because we want to be able to offer our residents access to those kinds of services. So,
Excellent.
yeah.
We'll just take like 2 minutes. I wouldn't tape anything because I have to run.
You what?
I have to run, so I wouldn't.
You don't want me to tape anything?
No, because I have like literally no